Hola, amigo. I am Anjali and welcome to my channel Info with Anjali. Today, Anjali is here with a topic which is not only in trend but also interesting and attractive as well. What? I am talking about e-vehicles. And if you are thinking EV, seriously, then let me tell you. According to forecast of International Energy Agency, by the year of 2030, the demand and use of electrical vehicles will grow from 3 million to 125 million. With increased demand of fossil fuel and pollution level, it seems to be happening. And this is why many IC car manufacturers are looking towards EV and EV technology. And it is very clear that government is also showing its interest and support for EV technology by its policy. And this is why it is important for us to understand what's under the hood of EV and how it works. But for that, first we need to understand is how electrical vehicles are different than IC engine vehicles. And for that, we first need to understand what is e-vehicle. The definition is very simple that the vehicle which uses electrical motor for propulsion is called e-vehicle. And let me tell you, if you are preparing for any automobile company and you just want to answer this question in your interview in a very classic and technical way, this second definition is gonna be useful a lot, which says that EV is an alternative automobile which uses electrical motor and drives for propulsion instead of IC engines. Now, after understanding what is e-vehicle, let's get back to the track that what is the difference between electrical cars and conventional cars. So let us start. As you can see here, this is a 4-stroke IC engine. What happens is we are just injecting the fuel into engine. This fuel is being compressed. Now, when it is compressed, the energy is in the form of potential chemical energy. When you give ignition, this potential chemical energy is now turned into heat because your fuel is burning. Now, this heat will get out from engine. So what? This heat will produce expansion, and the mechanism is set such that this expansion will produce a rotary motion. And this is how your IC engine works. Now, if you observe, there are hundreds of moving parts. What happens with this much moving parts? Every part needs a precision. Every part should be perfect. And because of by this, your overall complexity will increase. So what? Even because of by this much moving parts, it needs frequent maintenance. It is bulky in size and overall it is very expensive. After that, the process is you are burning the fuel, heat is being generated, it is being expanded, and it will produce a rotary motion. But do you know the fuel you are burning and energy you are getting? You are wasting 75% of energy in terms of heat. That means whatever energy you are getting only 25% energy which is useful to you. Bad, na? Let me tell you one more thing. 1 liter of gasoline you burn, you produce 2.3 kilograms of carbon dioxide. And this is the digit for petrol. If you are talking about diesel, this digit is 2.6 kilograms. And I am not giving these digits from my pocket. You can just Google it and Google will answer you the same. Isn't it a boom thing? Now, just think about it. You are burning 10,000 of liter average, on an average 10,000 of liter of petrol during the lifetime of your car. so good impact we are making on our environment. Let me tell you about e-vehicles. As you can see here, e-vehicle works with magnetic fields. Now what happens if you place a conductor in an alternating magnetic field, or in simple words, a field where N and S poles are changing continuously. And if you pass a current through this conductor will feel a force. So, with the changing polarities of this magnet, the conductor will feel force in upward direction for some time, for certain polarity, and for the reverse polarity, it will feel force in downward direction. So, in upward direction, downward direction, upward direction, downward direction. This is how your conductor will start rotating in this field. And this is a very simple construction and understanding of electrical motor. Comparing to IC engines, size compact, weight very light compared to IC engines. Moving parts, there were hundreds of moving parts in IC engine. How could be in electrical vehicles? Hundreds, tens, thousands? How much? And the answer is there is only a single moving part in electrical machine, which is rotor itself. So you can see only single moving part, that means almost zero maintenance. Coming to efficiency, the efficiency of electrical motors are almost 77%. Now compare. In the case of IC engine, you are wasting 75% of energy. In the case of electrical vehicles, you are getting 75% of energy. That means in IC engine, you are gaining only 25% of energy. While here, you are gaining 75% of energy. And the biggest thing, emission is equal to zero. As we are not burning any fuel, we are not producing any heat, the emissions, N-tail emissions are almost equal to zero. Now, if you compare the electrical vehicle and IC engine, as you can see here, the combustion engine is replaced by electrical motor and the fuel tank or gas tank is replaced by rechargeable batteries. In terms of energy, EV has 75% efficiency, IC engine has 25%. So we can say EV is almost 3 to 4 times efficient than IC engines. Size, electrical motors are compact in size, light in weight, even less complex than IC engines. Cost, it is obviously cheaper than IC engines. But the fact is, there is only one fact because of by which IC engine is still winning the game, and that is the battery size and battery weight. Because 50% of weight is consumed by the motor and battery itself. But the journey of battery is a very good. In 1900s, when the battery was 1000 times worse than IC engines, it is 50 times worse than IC engines today. And with the latest research which is going on, it is for sure that within 5 to 10 years, batteries are heavier concept will be vanished fully. But the thing is there only electrical motor and batteries which makes a vehicle to e-vehicle? So think on this question, what makes a vehicle to e-vehicle? I will answer this question in my next video. Till then, stay tuned, stay happy, stay healthy. Keep like, share and subscribe my channel and sayonara.